Hello, my Sag and Sag Rising friends, Sandra from ForYourChi.com, and we're here today with your monthly tarot and oracle card reading for January 2021. I'm doing the full 12 houses for free again here on YouTube. I did that in December, and I feel like with this eclipse energy, we need the full picture of what January is going to be like, so I'm putting all of them for free again here on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed and hit the notification bell, please do. The subscription, as long as your settings are public on YouTube, your subscription settings, that subscription will automatically enter you into a drawing every month to win a free email reading with me in the Cards of Truth. And you're going to want to hit the notification bell because I announce the winner in one of the weeklies and you never know which one, so you're going to have to watch them all. And having said that, let's get into your first house. January 2021, right off the bat, at the beginning, something has ended for you. So the transformation is the Death card. It indicates great change has just happened. This is out with the old, in with the new. This change could leave you feeling sort of shaken up and perhaps a little startled. And that's pretty unusual for Sagittarius. A lot of times they don't have a whole lot of fear. And that's a good thing. Now, it's not necessarily, although you may feel like, something has just occurred that sort of is throwing you off guard. I did pull Archangel Michael deck here for you guys. I just felt like I needed to go to Archangel Michael, and there's a good reason for it. I'll get to that in just a minute. You are protected regardless of what has been taken from you here, or what you feel has been taken from you. So the message on this card is always a prayer with the Archangel Michael deck. Thank you, Archangel Michael, or your higher power, or God, whatever you want to call it, for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all of our needs are met. I now accept your help and gratefully and gracefully, I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. So you are protected regardless of what's happening here. Now, for some of you, your first and second house could be related because you have, this is the heartbreak card in your second house, which rules your possessions and your finances. So this is your money and your stuff. So this is feeling like you are grieving the loss of something here. You did pull a great card in the work house, which we're going to get to in a minute. So, I cannot definitely say that it's the JOB, because that looks pretty good, actually. If you did lose a JOB, then there's another one coming for you that's better suited for you. So although there's a disappointment in money or your stuff, I'll say this. At the beginning of December, or excuse me, the beginning of January, just keep it in the back of your mind. Don't let anyone borrow money. Don't let anyone borrow your stuff, because you could be in for a major disappointment. Okay? Now, the Archangel Michael card here is make a commitment. Make a commitment to yourself that you're going to be focused on turning this around. Turning all disappointments around. You guys can do it. If there's any sign in the zodiac that can do it, it's you, who is ruled by Jupiter, which Jupiter, by the way, is having a much better time now that it's in Aquarius. Hallelujah. Third house, your brother or sister, or anyone you would consider a brother or sister. This also rules communication for those of you that don't feel like they have a brother or sister, but most of you do. Triumph is definitely the Knight of Swords energy coming in, someone coming in very quickly to sort of rectify a situation. A lot of times it doesn't turn out as a rectification, it turns out as sort of a nightmare. So pay attention to what your sibling says to you in January. Did they meet someone new who is promising to do something The Knight of Swords energy is a fly-by night. They're here 1 minute, they're gone the next, and be very Sagittarius skeptical of this person, and you may want to pass this message along to your sibling. Now, they are getting a warning because they're being told to pay attention to their dreams. They received a message, whether that was a psychic message that came into them just suddenly, or perhaps they have received a psychic message regarding this person that is trying to work them over. Or they had a specific dream about this very situation and they need to be cautious regarding it, okay? Your fourth house, I'm being called out with this Archangel Michael deck. I'm going to explain that just shortly. Again, fourth house, passion ignited. Someone or something about where you live or in your home is causing you, someone or something is lit your fire in a very good way, as you can see on this card. This chick is in the throes of passion and ecstasy. It could be that you have moved into a new home or you have made some changes in your home that's just like, oh my God, this is awesome. Or you could have some visitors in your home where you are loving and enjoying the company. Love it, love it, love it. Now, confession, I have 2 Archangel Michael decks. This happened in another reading too. I have not taken the time to go through all of the decks and sort of do an inventory on how many cards I have in each deck, because I clearly have some duplicate cards in this Archangel Michael deck. You guys pulled this card twice, is what I'm trying to say. You pulled it in your first house and you pulled it in your fourth house. So you are guarded and protected. Your home is guarded and protected, and the occupants in your home are guarded and protected. Everything happens for a reason. Archangel Michael is reminding you of how much protection you actually have. I'm trying to look at the other cards to see if they showed up again, but I don't see any. Okay. Fifth house. This is definitely a lacking card here. Fifth house represents your friends, and if you're a single Sag who's dating, your dating life. Someone in your circle definitely is in lack mode, or perhaps you are lacking in the friends department. You have more leeches than you do actual friends. And this message is echoed by Archangel Michael telling you it's time to leave a unhealthy situation here. So this is about letting go of toxic friends. This is about letting go of a toxic relationship if you are dating this person, okay? For some of you, and this is a very slight few of you, this could also be talking about a child who needs to let go of a toxic situation, relationship, or friend, because sometimes children show up in the fifth house. Now, this is what I mean by your work card. So sixth house represents work and health, work or health. Positive movement forward. It's a very good card. I mean, it's self-explanatory, but it's also the creative card. So if you guys have, and Sagittarians are very creative energy, just naturally anyway. You guys know that. So this tells me that you're bringing your creativity to your work, to your job, and that is helping you every day. In January 2021, keep this up. Now, if you run into a situation where work feels kind of complicated or it feels sort of uneasy, Archangel Michael is asking you to specifically ask him for help. The angels cannot intervene, and particularly the archangels, without your consent. So in order to consent, you are requesting Archangel Michael's help for help with a certain project at work or a certain situation at work that you feel like you need help with. There's nothing wrong or shameful about that. Okay, please ask for the help and don't suffer. Seventh house, primary relationships, heart chakra. This is a big one. So heart chakra says that your heart chakra, your heart center is wide open to receive a certain particular person or relationship here. Now, it's interesting because we have sort of an opposite message. Oh, I understand now. Let me just go to that. So Archangel Michael is talking about letting go of fear now. For some of you, you may feel like you can't open your heart because of previous hurts or you've been burned in a relationship. Archangel Michael's telling you to cut the sword to that cord of fear, that other person, that past relationship, or what has happened to you in the past, and be open to receiving the relationship that you guys desire. Okay? I feel like I was going to say another message about this. Let me see if it comes to me really fast about letting go of fear in relationships. I can't really think of it, but if it comes back to me, I will certainly go back to that 7th house message. The 8th house here, crown chakra. So this says that you guys are being given guidance in the form of thoughts, blocks of thoughts that are dropped into your mind. And typically this happens in the shower, as Reddit has coined the term shower thoughts. This is definitely the shower thought moment. Now, the 8th house represents contracts, taxes, legal matters, the source of your significant other's income for those of you that have that, and your intimacy department. So you are being given guidance here in relation to one or more of those categories. Pay attention to those thoughts that are dropped in. They're normally thoughts of you need to research a certain subject that you've never researched before, or you need to reach out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while and ask them a specific subject matter that you need to learn more about. And that's going to lead you to the answer of one of your prayers, is what I'm getting at. Positive thoughts create positive results here. So no pessimistic thoughts. I mean, typically Sagittarians are very upbeat. I feel like it's important to bring this upbeat energy to one of these situations, whether that be a tax issue, a legal matter. Perhaps this is a contract issue. Perhaps this is an intimacy issue that you can resolve at this time because of your positive thinking and combined with the messages that you're receiving from your guidance, your guides, and your angels that are helping you problem solve. Your 9th house power suggests a challenge here. Now, power indicates, the 9th house talks about your school. So this is any new skill that you'd like to learn, or if you're currently in school. It's also talking about travel. The challenge card indicates restrictions are here, or you feel like there's an obstacle, and there's definitely a reason for it. Whatever the obstacle is, it's important to realize this obstacle is temporary. Don't let it throw you off. Don't let it hold you back. And the Archangel Michael message is talking about having confidence. Have confidence that this situation is resolved in your favor. Even if you have a little bit of a setback or something that requires you to have patience at this time, you will get it resolved and it will go in your favor in divine timing. I feel like you guys don't have to wait that long, actually. Not as long as you think. 10th house, career. Sometimes the 10th house also talks about your mother. You have throat chakra. Throat chakra says, don't bite your tongue in a certain situation. This could be career related, or this could be your mother. Perhaps this is talking about don't bite your tongue when you're speaking to your mother. She needs to hear what you have to say. For others of you, this card is talking about your mother is biting her tongue and she needs to speak her truth, and it needs to be received and heard in the month of January 2021. Your guidance is real and trustworthy. Perhaps your mother's holding back a message of an inner knowing or an intuitive message that she received. And I feel like someone's mother has heavy Sagittarius in their chart and she has received a premonition. Sagittarians have the gift of psychic vision. Your mother or mother figure, could be mother-in-law or stepmother, could have received a vision and she needs to tell it to you at this time. Pay attention for that. Now, your 11th house talks about children, movements, choices, and decisions. This, For those of you that have children, this is talking about children. For those of you that don't have children, it's talking about a close friend, usually best friend. So this is your child or your best friend that's researching their options. It's not time to make a decision. It's time to do homework. This could be anything regarding picking a career, picking a relationship, picking, selecting the city that they want to move to next, okay? And they're on the right path. I love this card. So the direction that they're currently going on now is very important. Make sure that you are delivering that message because, they could stray off the path, which is going to cause them problems. And we don't want any child to go through any problems that they don't have to go through, right? Your 12th house is the future card. It's what's about to present itself 3 months from now. So look forward in April. Conflict and defeat means walk away from arguments. Now, it's hard for Sagittarius to walk away from arguments. They don't want to. They want to win. However, in this case, you are not going to win. It will only get more effed up the more you continue to argue with this person because they are not hearing the words that are coming out of the Sagittarian's mouth. They are not hearing any logic. The only thing they are in this moment that they are arguing with is their ego. Ego, ego, ego. You can't fight with someone's ego. You have to let it go and readdress the situation later when they're more calm. Now, the Archangel Michael message here is admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Okay, so when you're, for example, when you're in this argument with this person and you're thinking to yourself, what they're saying doesn't make any sense, but there's no logic to it. It's true. Admit the truth to yourself and move on. Even if it's just temporarily leaving the situation so that the person can calm down and think about what has transpired between the two of you. Later on, even if it's just a couple of hours or a day later, you can come at it with a much cooler head, or at least they will, and perhaps they will have a change of heart. So that's it for your 12 house spread. Thank you so much for being with me here on YouTube. Please share this with your Sagittarian friends. It will help them navigate through these crazy eclipse energies and all this crazy astrology that everyone's experiencing, period. Many blessings to you, Sagittarians. Oh, and make sure you're checking out your love reading, your career reading, and your money reading for 2021. And I'll have some previews at the end of this video on the sides, last 20 seconds. The Vimeo links are contained below. Many blessings to all of you Sages in 2020, January 2021, and January and always.